Wow. This is quite the architectural establishment you have here. How long did you say you've lived here for? Centuries upon centuries. Yep, I can believe that. And you've made it so cozy with the fireplace. I appreciate that. But, well, despite this lovely home and your clearly fashionable sense of style, I can't help but notice when you invited me in, you seemed a little bit, well, you seemed just a little bit sad, Mr. Dracula. What's the problem? I see. It's Valentine's Day and dear old Van Helsing isn't paying you a visit. Not being very good now, is he? Correct me if I'm wrong, though. So let me get my gloves on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought you two were enemies. Was he not plotting to kill you, from what I've heard? Okay, it's a misconception, I see. He thinks that you're enemies. Or more like, well, everyone thinks you're enemies, but you have a different story, and you say it's just cat and mouse. Or in this case, vampire and werewolf. Well, in that case, did I just come here for a visit so you can have some company, or is there anything else? A broken heart, I see. A vampiric broken heart, no less. Well, that's very unfortunate, Mr. Dracula. I do apologize for that. But, well, I can help fix that. From what I've remembered from my research, a vampiric broken heart is not the same as a human one, right? It takes nurturing, it takes comfort, it takes a gentle touch, as it were, through unorthodox methods, which we can do here today. So, well, I say we just get started, and, well, you can talk me through just what happened, and you can go from there, alright? Okay, so, first off, unorthodox is the key word here, and, well, I'm going to need to measure this broken heart of yours, so would you please just show me your chest for a moment? Alrighty, now then, this will be a very gentle procedure. It will not be harmful in any way. It may just look a little bit strange, but I assume that, well, given how long you've lived here with us, it's probably quite apparent. Right then. So when was the last time you heard from Mr. Van Helsing? Oh, sorry, Helly. When was the last time you heard from Helly? It's only been a few weeks. That's not too bad. Does Helly have any particular friends that he spends time with? A woman? Okay, well, that can be a downer. Anyone else? Okay, is there any possibility that maybe he's just busy? Maybe a vampire with a broken heart is a strategy for him to use in order to hunt you down? No? Okay. I do apologize for suggesting that. Just trying to come up with some possibilities, but maybe he may call later. Is Mr. Van Helsing known for being on time? Is he punctual or is he more late? I see. Well, let's not give up hope just yet. Let's mend this broken heart, and perhaps you can go out and search for him. And if not, if you're not in the mood, well, you could always have some blood before you go out. I'm not offering, I'm afraid, but, you know, I'm sure that you have some kind of thralls or anything. Maybe some type A blood, type B, type 0 negative if you're feeling frisky. Okay, this is looking good, so let's move on to the next part here. So, with a broken heart, of course, we need to make sure that you are nurtured and feeling more comforting. So, just going to just grip it nice and firmly. You shouldn't be feeling any pain at all. Just think of this as a nice personal hug for your heart. You can just sit there and relax. I count. Get a little bit of a massage now. Just trying to help it feel a little bit more, for lack of a better term, alive. Enough for the time being. Okay, so now it's time to tighten up those cracks in your heart. As I said, this is not going to be painful. You shouldn't be feeling any of it. So think of this almost like a stapler. We're just gonna tighten up those cracks to help put it back together and help you feel more at ease. You have quite a tough heart, Count. See now why you've been able to do everything you have been. You're very strong, but this also brings attention to the fact that, well, this must be quite the situation if you, with your strong heart, that it can be broken. Okay, we don't need to do that much. Just a little bit. Now then. So now we need to pick off those little pieces of pain that are lingering. I see now here with my glasses that you do seem to have just a little bit of little strands that are wafting around your heart, and we need to take care of those here. May have to take some strings away myself as well. some around the ears as well. For whatever reason, they do like to linger there. Seems to go all around the body. Just my fingers for a moment. Just need to take care of these very tiny little strands here. Can just be a little bit awkward, and depending on just how broken this heart is, sometimes it takes a little bit more effort to get rid of everything. Think of it almost like broken glass. When something breaks, there's a lot of shards that are left behind, so we need to make the extra effort to just take away, just sweep it all away. Do you feel any more at comfort, any more relaxed? That's good to hear, Count. That's very good to hear. Alright. You are looking very well done. So now, let me move on to the next part here. This time I will need to get my torch or my flashlight, depending on how you want to call it. Right then. Okay. Don't mind me for a moment. This is just more. Now we're just scanning for possible other concerns here. We're scanning for what could be other causes for this. I'm aware you say it's due to Mr. Van Helsing not showing up as of late, but sometimes it helps just to be absolutely certain here. Apologies. Okay, here, let me put this light down. Seem to be getting a reading here. have a look here. Let me just get some readings quickly. Okay, Mr. Count Dracula, I have to ask, have you been getting much sleep lately? Because as it turns out, that also could be a cause of a broken heart. You have less sleep, it gives you less energy, and it makes you more susceptible to negative emotions. This can then lead to, of course, the stress, the pressure going onto your heart and basically breaking it down until it can't handle anymore and it cracks. And this is actually what's happened with you. Now, of course, I'm not saying that Mr. Van Helsing, I'm not saying that he isn't also the cause, but there can actually be multiple, and well, it seems like these two have actually collided. So, as it turns out, you have been getting a lack of sleep. Yes. Well, this is the problem that you've been having. Because, well, if you don't get any sleep, it can lead to all sorts of problems for humans. So, for a vampire that's quite busy as you are, and also wants to see his friend on top of that, this can of course be a cause for concern. So, forgive me if you don't mind me saying, but you are looking rather sleepy right now, so has this been helping at all? I must say your eyes, despite being tired, you do look just a little bit brighter. The ruby in your eyes is shining a lot more. So, it looks like we may have got onto something. So, if you want my personal opinion, I would say it's a very simple procedure. It's a very simple, well, depending on how much you like sleep, it's a very simple solution. That's the word I'm looking for. You need more sleep. And of course, if you need me to come back for the visits, or if you would like another sleep expert, a broken heart expert to visit you, that's possible. But, well, my recommendation is get more sleep. Maybe pay Mr. Van Helsing a visit, or see if he will pay you a visit. Is he known for paying you visits often? Is he known for wanting to, for lack of a better word, hunt you down? Then I see no reason why he wouldn't do it again. Maybe it's just this time of year that he is rather preoccupied. You said he is a hunter? Well then, there we go. I say just be patient. I know it's that time of year, but if he won't come to you, perhaps you should go to him. I say get a nap first, and then maybe pay him a visit. The point is, though, that you don't need to worry. It's a simple fix, and you will recover. Because this is not the worst thing you have dealt with, surely. It's one of the worst. Okay, well, even then, I would say that you are more than capable of overcoming it. Now then, I believe we're almost done, actually. I think just after this revelation, it might do good to give your heart just a little bit more comfort. From what I see now, it looks like it's a lot more prepared. It will have a little bit of scars, but, well, I think we all have a little bit of scars in our heart, some way or another. I think it just adds to it. As well, let me just give it another little hug here before we finish our session. Let me try a different one. Sometimes it helps to mix and match. Now then, I would say that you are looking, your heart as it were, is looking just a little bit better. So, to finish off, I just want to get a good look at you. Count if that's alright. Okay, you can usually tell, despite looking at the heart and seeing the progress for myself, you can usually tell how someone is truly doing just by their eyes and their face. Usually it's very subconscious, you can't really hide it, you do it without thinking, and overall I would say that, just check here, overall I would say that you are looking much better now. Your ruby eyes are shimmering, very bright, popping like firecrackers, especially in a place this dark, but well, I can honestly say I had no idea that vampires could look so happy. And of course the pain is still there, it's not going to go away just yet, but I think with a good night's rest, or a good day's rest in your case, just some nice sleep, and then maybe go pay Mr. Van Helsing a visit. I'm sure he would be very, very happy to see you. And I'm certain that when he finds out that you are prowling around, I'm sure he would love to pay you a visit and give you the time of day, like he always does, okay? Well then, dear Count Dracula, I hope that you do feel better, and if not, well, you know where to find me. You can come and pick me off whenever, like you always do, even if it's against my will. But, yes, happy Valentine's Day, my friend. I hope you have a wonderful day, even if you are spending time alone this evening. But until then, I hope you have a lovely sleep, and I will be on my way. So, take care.